Oh, hi there. How you doing today? I was just reading one of my favorite books, Hooway for Wodney Wat. Let me start over. Hooway for Wodney Wat. It's written by Helen Lester and it's illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. It's got a copyright of 1999. Poor Wodney Wat. His real name was Wodney Wat, but he couldn't pronounce his R's. To make matters worse, he was a rodent. A wodent. "What's your name, Wodney?" asked the other rodents. "Wodney Wat," he whispered. "What's another name for a bunny?" they asked knowingly. "Wabbit," he muttered. "And does a train travel? How does a train travel?" They winked at each other. "A twain twavels on twain twacks," said Wodney miserably. Now all this teasing, day in and day out, made Wodney the shyest rodent in his elementary school. His squeak could barely be heard in class. He gnawed his lunch alone, all by himself. And while the other rodents scurried and scooted about at recess, Wodney hid inside his jacket. Then, one day, as the rodents were taking turns doing wheelies, a new rodent, a very large rodent, barged into the classroom and announced, "My name is Camilla Capybara." She is large, isn't she? I wouldn't want to mess with her. "I'm bigger than any of you. I'm meaner than any of you. And I'm smarter than any of you." Then she added, "So there." With that, she accidentally, on purpose, elbowed an ear, bumped a couple of noses, stepped on 3 tails, and then lay down on a desk. There she's laying on the desk. Wodney's hiding inside his jacket. Fur prickled in fear through the classroom. For sure, she was bigger than any of them. She sure looked meaner than any of them. Was she smarter than any of them? "What's 2 plus 2? asked Miss Frizzleworth. "4, shouted Camilla Capybara without even raising her paw. "And what's more, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. And 243 plus 125 is 368. Later, when Miss Fuzzleworth asked, "What's the capital of?" again, Camilla interrupted. "New York, Albany, population 295,594. And during science, in answer to the question, "What part of a tree is below the ground?" Camilla Capybara danced on her desk and say, "Root, root, rooty toot toot." Yep, thought all the other rodents. She is smarter than we are too. They felt very, very uncomfortable. Every afternoon, just before the final recess, Miss Fuzzleworth drew a name from her hat to see who would be the leader of their favorite game, Simon Says. She scrunched her eyes closed and jiggled her hat. Would it be Hairy Hamster? How about Minnie Feet Mouse? How about Grizzle Frizz Guinea Pig? Could it be big, mean, smart Camilla Capybara? Miss Fuzzleworth's paw reached into the hat and pulled out the name of Wodney Wat. The bell rang, there was a scurry for the door, and Camilla Capybara was the first on the playground, having trampled all the others in her path. She got out first, huh? To Wodney, she looked very scary. What would she do when she heard him speak? Breathe capybara breath on him? Or tie him up in his own tail? Oh my. Or pounce on him? Oh dear, Rodney. The tiny, trembling leader of the game stood before the eager players with his head well inside of his jacket and squeaked, "Wodney Wat says, read the sign." While the other rodents read P.S. 142 Elementary School for Rodents. Camilla Capybara started pulling up weeds all around the sign and wildly flinging them hither and yon till she was clear up to her teeth in dirt. Ugh. The other rodents began to smile. Wodney says, "Wrap your paws around your head." He peeked a little peek out of his jacket and saw whap, whap, whappity, whap, whap. Camilla was whapping her paws around her head so hard that she became dizzy. She gave herself a headache and had to sit down. The other rodents couldn't stop giggling. Yeah, she's whapped her paws on her head. Wodney says, "Play Wing Around the Wosey." Camilla put out her arms like wings and made for an airplane noise. While the other rodents are playing Ring Around the Rosie. But where was the Wosey? What was the Wosey? Excuse me. By now, Wodney's voice was stronger and his head was entirely out of his jacket. He's starting to look like a normal Wat, huh? "Wake the weaves." Nobody moved. Wodney says, "Wake the leaves." While Harry, Minifeet, and Grizzlefrizz and the others busied themselves raking, Camilla Capybara grabbed one leaf. "Wake up!" she yelled. Trying to wake up the leaves. Look at her! Look at her! She's just trying to wake up the leaves. She snatched another. "Come on, you! Up, up, up!" And another, "Rise and shine!" And another she grabbed and said, "Boo!" By now, all the other rodents were squealing with laughter. All but Camilla, who frowned. "Stupid leaves! They won't wake up!" And why was everyone laughing at her? Such bullies. In a voice so strong he had to cover his own ears, Wodney called, "Wodney says, go west." The rodents collapsed in a happy heap for a rest. Go west. But Camilla Capybara, feeling very smart that she could tell directions from the sun, said, "All right, I shall go west." And then she added, "So there." West she stomped. Forever. She was gone. And from that day on, the pupils of PS 142 Elementary School for Rodents never teased Rodney again. He was their hero. "Hooray for Wodney Wat," they cried. "Woot, woot, tooty, toot, toot." That's Wodney Rat. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.